Hey, folks, welcome to 30 at 5 on 560WID.com. I'm your congenial host, Mike North. And you know what? First of all, the ratings are out, and in the news wars on cable television, which are more interesting than NBC, CBS, and ABC, they are a dinosaur just waiting to be, boom, gone, extinct, if you will. Fox National is the top-rated news organization on cable. MSNBC going ahead of CNN now. CNN, according to the papers, said basically they're good at covering pop stars' deaths because they do a good job with the Whitney Houstons of the world and stuff like that. Also, big stories, they said CNN does a good job with, BP and stuff like that. But if there isn't big stories, they don't know what they want to do. They don't really have the balance to take. Even MSNBC has a fairer point of view sometimes when it comes to politics than CNN. Now, CNN, though, is global. Doesn't matter. You're fighting for the bucks in the United States of America. Piers Morgan's in trouble. Piers Morgan's in big trouble. And here's the excuse. They can't get away from the fact that Larry King used to hold the position. No, Piers Morgan's horrid. He's horrible, and we don't need an Englishman with a heavy accent that we can't even understand interviewing people. And then the other night, he says, about a week or two ago, well, in our country, he was talking about England, we don't do it this way. You're doing a show where you need big ratings in America. We don't want to hear what you do there. Otherwise, get your ass back there. Go back to England, which sounds like he might end up doing anyway. But Piers Morgan in big trouble. He's not a good interviewer. None at all. And even his shocking questions, the ones that he'll come at somebody with, seem contrived. Yeah, so you will. Okay, the Kardashians. Khloe is depressed. Yes. Here's a woman that can't cross at the light, all right? She's back home with her, it's not her mom manager. It's her manager mom now. She's back home like an infant. And Lamar, her husband, wants to get his basketball back on track, but they're having marital problems. Gee, you marry an NBA player and you can't understand why. There's something about NBA players that the Kardashians like. I guess it's the short-term relationships once they get married to them. But here's a girl complaining about depression. You're a dope making millions. You fell into this. You got a great thing going. Don't start complaining. You're stealing. Okay, now there's word that the reality show may go off the air because Lamar wants to get his basketball career, which has been gone for a couple of years, back on track. We'll keep you apprised of what's going on with that. So Junior Seau committed suicide yesterday, put a gun to his chest, and instead of saying, maybe it was drugs or maybe it was a depression, maybe it was the family situation, the fall from grace, the car accident, no, he played football and he might have had concussion problems. That's what they're jumping on right now. Anybody else that commits suicide, if they didn't play in the NFL, it's because of problems at home, depression, bipolar. But if you're committed suicide and you're a player, it's because you hit somebody hard back in 1999. There's no other reason to commit suicide anymore. I heard Mike Greenberg say this morning on his show, what a surprise, what a shock. Wait a minute, he drove off a cliff a year and a half ago. Drove off a cliff. So what did everybody do? They let him off the hook. They said, we're dropping the charges. It looks like it could have been a suicide. He's not giving us any explanation. Don't worry about it. So now everybody's surprised. What did everybody do for that year after that accident? Did anybody check him out? Did anybody run tests on him? No, now it's the National Football League's fault. This guy had marital problems. He had domestic problems where he hurt his girlfriend. This guy basically did a lot for San Diego, but at home, he had issues. He had big-time issues. And who knows if there was other stuff involved. Here's the bottom line. For anybody to say they're surprised by what he did after he took his Jeep or truck and threw it off a cliff with him in it, okay, is trying to act some sort of role. I'm not surprised at all. Junior Seau was a troubled guy. Hey, how you doing? He was at a golf tournament. Jerry Rice is shocked. Yeah, he was at a golf tournament the other day, but last year he took his car and almost killed himself off a cliff, and then they dropped the charges. So apparently he was okay, but now it's going to be the National Football League's fault. No, I'm not buying it. Not buying it at all. Hey, the Cubs are at Cincinnati trying to get things going. The Sox playing Cleveland. Phil Humber, Here's what I do know. He's the worst pitcher in the history of the game to throw a perfect game. By far. By far. Give me the other 20 guys. We'll look at them. Phil Humber sucks. And this is 2 weeks after a perfect game. Weaver throws a no-hitter last night. Boy, the steroid thing, since they got started testing, nobody can hit the ball anymore. How funny is that, huh? And last but not least, the weather outside beautiful today. Going to be nice. It's going to be about 80 degrees. Hey, it's 30-5 here on 560 WIND.com. I'm Mike North.
I'm Mike North for the Village of Rosemont. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare. You got it all here. Rosemont. You can't miss it.